Hello everybody. I'm going to be playing with some of this beautiful, beautiful lace from Crafty Me shop today. I absolutely love this lace. It is 11 inches wide, which is very, very wide. And I have quite a lot of it actually, but I'm going to need quite a lot. Just let me get my tape measure and we'll see how much I've actually got here. Okay, I'll do it in centimetres. 1 metre 60, which is probably about 66 inches, I'm guessing, something like that. And I will probably use most of that. I also have this little end bit here because I used this on another project and I didn't need the full width of it, so I've kept this little bit, but I have an idea of what I want with that, so I need to pop that to one side so I don't use it. And with this, I'm going to be covering one of my lamps. For some reason, I love buying lamps. Oh, okay, so I know which is the right side of this because there's a little seam there, which is handy because sometimes it's really hard to tell which is the right and wrong side. Now, just let me get the lamp for you. Always end up with wires everywhere. Okay, this may be a little dusty. I wonder if I can get that in shot. Okay, this is a lamp. I think I found it, last year? No, maybe the year before. No, it could have been last year, I think. I was out and about with my daughter and I found it and it was really cheap, and it's brass or bronze and marble. It's really lovely. That's it. So that's the bottom of it there. It's really heavy. Got crystals, beautiful crystals hanging on it here. But it did not have a it didn't have a, what's it called, a lampshade with it. So I popped on it. Oh, I can't get the globe out. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, I don't want to break it. I'm low on globes at the moment. I've popped this wireframe on it, which I love, but unfortunately, because where it sits in my craft room, I tend to knock it because it's not that visible, and I catch everything on it because it's kind of on the corner, which is where I like it. But because it's only wire, sorry, I'm just undoing the frame. I should have perhaps had this already. Because it's all wire, it's invisible to your eye when you're walking by it. So that's the top there. Let's just put that bit back on so I don't lose it. So it's a beautiful lamp and I love having it in the room. I've got a few lamps in the room and on those dull days they come in handy. So I'll just pop that back there. And I've had this sort of sat on top of it like that with the hope that that would help me see it, and plus it's just pretty, and I didn't know where else to just pop that. I think I found that thrifting as well, and I really like it. It's really pretty. It's a candle thing, I think, but I like that. And I want to cover this, but I don't want a solid cover, and I thought maybe I can use this beautiful lace to gather around it and make a pretty lampshade, and then, you know, maybe in a year or two when I don't want it to be like that anymore, I'll be able to remove the lace again and use it again on something else. So I don't want to sort of ruin the lace. It kind of needs to be, because of the shape of the lampshade, I need to be careful. So I kind of want it going up to here, and then folded and gathered, so perhaps to the bottom of this little motif here. That's how long I want it, because I can't just take it to the top, because see how it's all scalloped on the top? It's not going to work if that's all gathered up. It's going to look a bit odd to me. So I need to cut it there. I actually had 2 of these, and some of you may remember I made like a faux chandelier, and I used the other one on the faux chandelier, which I bring out at Christmas time, but it's packed away all the rest of the time. And I always wanted to do something with this one, and like I said, I loved it just like this, but it does tend to get caught, so I need to remedy that. Okay, so I need to be, now that says that's the right way, but it's actually not the right way, because look, see how the threads are there, and they should be on the back, so that's the right way. Got that one wrong, didn't I? That's okay. At least the threads show me where it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is, usually with curtaining, when you're doing a gathered curtain, I think the rule of thumb is 2.5 times the width of the curtain. So I'm pretty sure there's enough of this. See, that's once around that base, and that's doubled. So it's probably almost 2.5 times the width of this. So that should work all right. That's if you want a nice full gather. And because it's such a soft lace or fabric, whichever you want to call it, it can handle quite a lot of gathering. I just want to get this as straight as possible. Can you hear the kids outside? It's because it's a school day. The little ones next door are having their break. That's it. And so they're running around and using up all their energy. I'm kind of glad James is a bit older, you know. He just gets on with his work and does what he's meant to do as quick as he can, and usually gets off earlier than what he would normally get off on a school day as well. Not always. Today's Friday, so he'll have to make sure everything is done. Okay, so I said about there. I said the base of that one, didn't I? I think that looks about right. Yeah, the base of that one. That'll give me a little hem as well. So I'm going to just cut across there. Okay, so that's for the bottom of our lamp shade, and this will be used for so many things because it's absolutely beautiful, but I need to use it here anyway for the top piece, because I still want this covered. That looks like it's come away a little bit there. I may need to add a bit of glue to that. Might be best to put it that way. What I want to do with this is glue it just to, if I have it like that, I can glue this little part on at the top, and I think I'll glue it. Maybe those little motifs will sit nicely in the center of each thing. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, you're not going to see all of them because I had to cut just under it, but I will see some of it. Oh, okay, that will be nice. All right, just a moment. Okay, I'm back, and for this I'm going to be using the Helmer 450 quick dry adhesive. I'm sorry my bottle's a bit messy there, but you know, when you, oh hang on, that might come off. Oh good. Sometimes, you know, your stuff gets a bit messy over time when you're using them, doesn't it? I must have laid it on something that was wet. Anyway. So, what I'm thinking of to start this, I'm going to try and keep it in shot there, so maybe we'll do it like that. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this glue. This is wonderful glue for most things. It is strong though, so I'm just going to put my fan on a bit. It's actually quite cool here today, so I didn't have it on. Where's that one that... I can fix that a bit later, I guess. Okay, I was actually making lampshades yesterday as well. Not this kind. I was recovering some other lampshades in my bedroom. You know, sometimes you just want to change things up a little bit, and I think with being stuck at home, now was the time. Okay, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on that part first. Have to... Okay, we're going to put it like that. I'm going to try and keep it... I don't know whether it will or not, so we shall find out. Hopefully that will dry all right there, because I moved it. If not, it'll go to the back of the lamp. It's just in my craft room here, only for me to see, so, but I do like things nice and pretty. It gives me a lot of pleasure, this room. I absolutely love having a craft room. I really, really do. It's not going to sit completely in the centre on all of them, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? Oh, well, you know, I could fix that, maybe. I absolutely love having my room. Somewhere to escape to, do my own thing, close the door if I want to, but I rarely close the door. If James is home, which he has been for a while now, I sometimes, if I'm recording, will close the door. But when I'm here by myself, it's always open. Cut that a bit close, so maybe we will do that. Okay, we'll do that, and then I can trim it afterwards. And I love things pretty. I think, you know, if you're going to have them stored, they may as well be stored in a pretty way or an attractive way. You might not like it pretty, but definitely attractive to what you would want to be looking at. I like everything to have a place, and just about everything does. I love seeing other people's craft rooms too. For years and years I watched people's craft rooms, and I loved watching them. And I still do. Still get inspired by other people's craft rooms. Okay, we might do that again here. Okay. That. I hope this works. Okay, now with that one I'm going to trim it. That will go in my scrap jar, those little bits. And that will come there. It doesn't have to be directly in the middle. Okay, like that. Then cut that one. Okay, so we'll move that to the side now, and we'll have a little look. I need to trim this one here. Like that. And this one here. Like that. I can trim that perhaps. I hope that should be alright. Hopefully it will, otherwise it'll go to the back. Okay, so that's what that looks like so far. Might trim that one up a bit. Need smaller scissors for this, I think. Okay, got it. Okay, so that's how that's going. And now what I want to do is I need to trim it a bit because I only want it like a little bit around. I need something to sit it on, I think. Okay, let's get this. Put that there, that might help. And I'll just trim that a little, not a lot. I just want it like that. See how I've trimmed that like that? Just a little bit above that. And that's so I can put glue on and roll it around and glue it to that. So I won't bore you with all that trimming around the top there. I'll go ahead and do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so that's all done. See how I've just left it a little bit above. And now I'll get my glue again. And this should be fairly simple. I'm going to put a bit of glue. I should put a bit of glue on here, shouldn't I? There. I don't know how well that'll hold on the metal, but it just kind of has to sit there. Like that. Okay, let's hope that holds a bit. Okie doke. So, I'm just going to put a bit of glue around the inside of the metal. Probably better if I open it a bit better. Like that. And then up that one. And I'll probably just do 2 at a time. Don't want to open too much this glue because then it'll come out too much for me. So, okay. So I'll glue the top and then curl it around like that, I think. Like that, and then curl it around. And I can get some smaller scissors and trim it up once it's dry, and that will do that for me. See how that goes around the scallop for me? And that's what I'll do all the way around, and then I'll be Okay, so using these little scissors here from Couture Creations, I love these. They're so nice and sharp. I've trimmed up all the bits that may have been a little bit long, and that's all on now. So that looks all right. And now what I need to do is get the larger piece here, and with the right sides together, and I did say that there were threads on one, didn't I? Oh, I hope I didn't cut the threads off, and now I don't know where they are. I shouldn't have. It was on this side, wasn't it? Okay. Where's the thread? Oh, it must... Oh, here we go. See how there's a little thread there? So that's the wrong side. So with right sides together... Oh, there's a couple inside too. That's okay. With right sides together, I am going to... Now, you could glue this as well. You could glue this quite easily. I'm going to... That's obviously the end of the fabric lace piece, so I'll trim that off. And then with my right sides together, I'm just going to do a straight stitch down there. Down and join both ends together, and then I'll... Alright, now that's done. As you can see, I've just stitched. I did it a couple of times because it went a bit crooked. I think I need to change the needle in my machine. Actually, somebody did mention that on one of my videos, and I thought I would go and do it, but I've completely forgotten about it, so I really need to, because it's not performing as well as it should. Now what I want to do is just fold this down about 1/2 inch, just about that far, and run a stitch across that close to this edge here. So just about there, close to this edge, I want to put a straight stitch across there. And what I'm going to do, where the seam is, I'm just going to start it there and end it there, so I have like an inch opening. Is that where I want to put it? No, that's not where I want to put it. I'm going to have... There's the join there right on the other side here. When I come to here and fold it over like that, what I'm going to do is stop the stitching here. Oh, probably best not to use those. Where's my... I shall stop the stitching there, and then start it again there, like that, like that. So I've got a little gap there, so I can thread some ribbon or elastic or whatever I'm going to use through it and tie it off there, so it's easy to get in and out. Because remember, like I said, maybe in a year I don't want that lamp covered like this anymore, so I want it to be kind of be able to use it again. And do make sure when you sew the top part that you've got it on the right side. Like there's the seam there, you want to be folding that in with the seam as well. Okay, I'll go stitch that on, and then I'll be... Okay, I'll just put that away before it dries up. I have stitched all that, and you know, in this particular instance, it really doesn't matter where you leave the gap, because it's not going to be seen anyway. I could have done it quite easily on the seam. I was just thinking of something else at the time. So, but it doesn't really matter. There's my little gap there anyway. I've got this little bit of ribbon. It actually came off a dress I was taking apart. You know how they put the ribbon hangers inside to help you hang them up? Well, they're just... I had a couple sat here from a dress, and I'll just use one of those. I just need to get a bodkin. And a bodkin, it's like a huge needle. It has big eyes at that end, but it's totally blunt at the other end. And it's to put little things like that. Actually, that's not the one I was after. Where's the one? Oh, this one. Okay, this one's a better example. See how it's got a huge eye there? And it's got like a ball effect there. You thread the ribbon through the large part and it just slides down so that you can thread that through things and it won't come undone. And when you get to the other end, you just slide it back up and pull it out. They're very handy to have. I've had mine for years and years and years, and they're wonderful. Just don't lose them. Okay, so I'm going to thread this through here, and it doesn't need to be a large piece of ribbon. It only has to be big enough to go around this. I wonder if I should put another little bit of glue under the edge of that. We'll see. Such beautiful lace. I know Esme's having another sale. Her Friday, my Saturday, I will say. Hopefully, see, I've had to go shopping on Saturdays lately so that my husband's home and I don't have to take my son, because you know what they say, the less people going out, the better. So I'm not sure if I'll make it. I wish, because I'd love to get some more of this particular lace. I have used it on a few projects. I've used it on, I covered a box. I think I used it on some boxes. What else did I use it on? Oh, I'll show you after this. I'll show you after this. And I have one more little, whoops, hang on, we've gone too far. Don't pull it back through, Jeanette. Where is the... Now, see, look, too busy chatting, and I completely... There's the opening there. Okay, I'm going to have to go through again. Too busy chatting, because I have pulled it past the point. So let me just get that little gap and pull the ribbon out. It's such a feminine lace, isn't it? It's so beautiful. The drape on it is just lovely. Okay, don't pull it through. There. Okay, so we've done this twice. I hope you're all keeping well. As well as you can. There we go. Okay, all the way through. And pull it a bit now. Not too far though, because I need to put it on the thing. So take that off. We might just clip those two ends together so we don't lose them. Okay, that needs to go the other way, the right way. Oh, I hope it looks all right, and I hope it's big enough. We shall see. I wanted to, did I need to put... Not really. I might put a little bit of glue when I put this on, just to hold it in place. Let's have a look. See, it's going to go like that. Oh, I hope I haven't made it too short. I shouldn't have. I hope not. Oh, I know what I can do. It's all right. We'll adapt as we go along. Okay, let's just pull this so it's quite tight enough. Like that. Ooh. Okay, just they will slip inside like that. Now I haven't done a lampshade like this before, so I've obviously cut it a bit too short. I'm used to doing my lampshades like fitted and permanent. So, but that's okay. It's good to do different things. It really is. Okay, so that's going to be the front about there. Okay, so I need to work out what I'm going to do here, and I just had an idea. I hadn't thought of this before. I was just going to put a ribbon bow around it, but because of that, I'm getting out my old faithful tool that is a bit fluffy on top because it sits under my desk. Got glue on my hands. Okay, let's have a look what we can do with this. You can do anything with tulle, and it's just the right colour. How much am I going to need of this? See, that might work really nicely actually. I can still put a bow on it if I want, but it'll just fill in that little gap at the top there. I hope. Maybe we need double. Yeah, I'm thinking double that. Okay. Okay, is that enough? So about there, and okay, that should be fine for that part. And of course I got that from BB Craft. That tool. Okay, let's have a look how we can do this. That's the front there. Maybe. Now, I'm not sure. I could leave these on. So I'll just cut them to that for the time being, because I don't want to cut them off and then think, oh, I could have left those on. Like that. See, that fills that gap up quite nicely around the top of that, doesn't it? And here, oh, these beautiful jewels that Esme sent. She has like lovely, what does she call that? Are they little candy boxes or something? Look at that one. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's a clip-on as well. It's a clip-on, so I wouldn't have to, I could just clip it on. Oh, how's that? How's that? Now, do I need to, like, I don't think I do need to permanently glue it or anything. I think it's quite all right. Like I said, it's just so I see that it's there. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Do I need... I don't think so, because I like the shabbiness of it. Does it need a bow? I wonder if it needs a bow. I'm just having a look from a distance, that's all. I I don't think it needs a bow because I've got all the crystals and things. Oh, hang on. I'm definitely using that though. I love the look of that. So what was I going to do? Oh, that's right. Just a moment. I wonder if I can use that flower behind it or just have it. Does it need anything though? I tend to underdo rather than overdo, and then I think, oh, I wish I'd done something a bit different. No. What do you think? I really like it the way it is, to be honest. It's a bit crooked. Unless I just wonder if that's enough. Unless I put a bow on it. You know, just like a tulle bow at the top there as well. Like, I don't know, it's stuck. You know, like that. That might work. Just add a bit more here. I think that's what I'm looking for, to be honest. This is a bit too long, I think, though, because the bow's far too big. So just... Okay. Maybe that would be better. That just a smaller one. Yeah, that could work a bit better. Okay, I'm just going to stitch down the center of that. Just got it like that. Putting the ends together like that. And then putting them in the center. And then I'll just stitch that all together in the center there. Like that. And then I'll open it up. Probably do a zigzag stitch on that. So just a quick zigzag stitch in the center. Hopefully this will make a cute little bow under there. Yeah, I think so. So we can just take that out. Now I can just put a little bit of glue to that, which is what I think I might do. I just want to see which way I want it sat. don't want it opened completely, I don't think. So I'll fold a little bit of that in so it's not quite as big as it was. Yeah, that should work, I hope. I can fiddle with it. I can definitely fiddle with it. There, I think so. Okay, a little bit of glue. And then hopefully that will give me a visual that the lamp is there when I'm just sort of barging in and past, that I will automatically not cut the corner quite so much, which is what I do see, and then I catch the lamp all the time. It's just, you need that visual so you remember it's there. Okay, let's open this and put that in there, like that and that, and there. I think we have it done. Oops, don't pull that out. Oh, I love the brooch on it. How's that? That's better with the bow, isn't it? Okay, now I've got to put it back on the lamp. This is one of those things that I'll just keep fiddling with it if I don't put it on the lamp. And move on to something else, because I spotted something in the box when I was looking for this, and I must write it down, because you know, I need to write it down. Okay. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll make that, and then I forget what I wanted to make, which can be quite annoying. And then you think, what can I make? So, put things away. And that can go back there. Alright, that's it. We're all tidy now. I have a little ribbon poking out in there. Don't really want that because there will be a globe in there, so we need to keep things away from the globe, of course. There we go. And the lamp's never on if I'm not in the room anyway. You know, oh, I might just walk out quickly, but that'll be fine. It's nowhere near the globe. So where's my lamp? Oh, I love this lamp. Yeah. Okay, let's just move it away from the camera for a minute. Put this on. Oh yes, that's quite pretty. And the gold in the jewel goes with the colour of the lovely lamp down here. I'll have to sit it up somewhere and take a picture for you so I can show you, because these sorts of things are not always the easiest to put under the camera. Oh, that's much better. Okay, and let me show you what else I made with that lace. Oh yes, before I forget that, I must show you. I've already put them away, of course, for safety's sake, due to Miss Molly. And I made my little girl mice. They're not perfect, of course. I'm just learning this felting business, and I've really enjoyed it. And this is with the felts that Robin sent me. Thank you so much, Robin. And see, there's the beautiful lace. there, and I only had to use certain amounts. So with this piece, the top of this piece is the skirt on this one, so it was very handy. And I made her a little dress out of calico, and then I've covered it with this lovely lace from Crafty Me shop. And then I've also used another piece, and that's the top of this lace, but then I've added this other lace piece here. Do I still have it up? I do, I think. I do. All right, what it was is it was the front of a dress, like down the front of a, like the yoke of a dress, I think it's called. Let's have a look. From Crafty Me shop, and I think it went like that. And then all down the center was this, and then this part went back up the other way, so it was like a big V. So what I did, there were a couple of marks on it, so I've strategically taken the piece that was, you know, good, and I've actually used glue to pop that on, fabric glue in this case, and I've put that on there. And then, oh, I used another one for her bodice. Oh, let me show you. It's a beautiful... No, I haven't got it here. I used some of this gorgeous lace. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. So I used some of that to cover the bodice of this one's little dress. And I've stuck them inside of a bit of tubing so that they stand up, see, in my cabinet. So excuse the tubing, but that's the only way I could find it easy to stand these little ones up. Then I've used some beautiful vintage lace, and I've gathered that all around the top of her bodice, and I made a couple of little flowers out of the same lace and put a little fabric flower and a milk glass bead in the center of her two earpieces there. And with this one, I didn't make the fingers. Like I said, I'm just learning, and this one has fingers, but I don't like them at all. So this one's dress, it's all covered in this lace. All the calico is covered in this lace. And then this centerpiece here is what's around her waist piece here, and then she has two different vintage laces on her collar, and then a little ruffle on her head there as well, with the same two lovely vintage laces there as well, and she's in a little tube. So there's my two little girl mice that I made using Crafty Me shop laces. And just in case anybody, there was somebody, a couple of ladies mentioned that the mother mouse should have had a choker on, and I'm so thankful for that, because you know, when I was making her, I thought, she needs something. Does she need a bow here? Does she need a flower here? And I didn't do anything, and it was this that was missing. So I've put a little bit of black ribbon around her throat, and a tiny little, I had to paint it, a tiny little cameo in the front there, and I think that finished her off just beautifully. So we've got Mummy and Daddy's in the cabinet there, and then we've got the biggest girl here, and then we have the littler one here, and she's got a chubbier faces, because you know, little kids tend to have chubby faces, so they've all got their own little character. But I've had so much fun making them, and I love them. And Robin, thank you so much for sending me the felt to do them in. I really do appreciate that, and I'm so thankful. I need to balance Mummy a little bit better, that you sent those to me. But yes, that's how I use my Crafty Me shop, that beautiful wide lace from Esme. So take care, everybody, and thank you so much for watching today. And I think that was it. Oh, yes, that's it. Sorry, just spilt my coffee. Bye.